Well, good evening to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well. This is Joseph from Hamilton, Canada. Uh, I am a retired IT professional from the banking industry. I'm also a financial coach. I do have I do have two kids, adults, two adults, and started their careers. And at the same time, I'm a husband uh, to my wife, who is actually also living here in Hamilton, Canada. So anyway, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. I just wanted to come on here quickly just to answer some of the questions that I received online. A lot of people had asked why I started an online business. So I just want to go online to just quickly answer this question. Of course, so what one of the things um, that started me really looking for an online business is the fact that a few years ago, as a matter of fact, 2010. So I was working for a corporate under the banking industry, and I worked there for 34 years. And something happened to me in regards to my health. So from there, I mean, I had to get a major surgery done, and that was, like I said, 2010, which sidelined me for about 11 months. And since then, I actually started thinking of, what could it be? What would it be in terms of my future? Kind of worried about our savings, family savings, kids' tuition, our retirement plan, and all that stuff. Being sidelined for 11 months, I had to sort of accept the fact that, if this was to happen again, I'm really going to be in a major financial problem, right? Because we all have bills to pay. We have mortgage to pay. We have kids, like I said, kids tuition. Retirement planning was a big thing for me, um, and obviously it took a toll. So within those years, I really had to think hard about my current situation in the banking industry. And what had happened was is that I had well, this is a few years after, of course. I had a discussion with, and this is true story, by the way. This is a true story. So I had a discussion with my boss, and I said, you know what, I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go after 34 years. I think I'm ready to retire, and perhaps maybe by giving me sort of a package, like a severance pay, that I would be able to save positions that they're going to be cutting because the company was actually going through a reorganization. So they're actually downsizing. So having a staff of I think eight at the time, I wanted to really protect my staff members and their positions. So by putting in my name and wanting to just say, you know what, if you're going to cut positions, might as well just cut mine and save the positions for my staff members. And certainly that's exactly what happened. They were giving me a package for 2 years, and saved a couple of positions within my team. That's actually a true story, and that happened actually around 2023 timeframe. Actually, no, 2021 timeframe. Sorry, 2021 timeframe, because I finally decided to retire April 2023. So having said that, I was really looking forward to my next chapter in life, which is starting a digital business. So really speaking, since 2010, I've been looking for a digital business. And as a matter of fact, my wife and I owned a traditional franchise. It's a massage therapy business here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, which we operated for about 5 years. So I had a bit of experience in running a traditional business. But since 2010, I was actually looking for an online business, and I tried Amazon FBA, I tried Etsy, I tried drop shipping, and all those did not really work out because of um, I would say there were some major gaps in their logistics, and also the actual business model was not something that conducive for me, because it's really a low ticket item. So in 2023, December 2023, I saw an ad from a lady who has 3 kids and a husband, who was also in the corporate world. And she was actually pregnant at the time, and she actually started a digital business when she was pregnant. And she actually had been very, very successful with this digital business. So, I said, you know what, I saw the feed, and I clicked on it, and obviously joined, and the rest was history. So the question today really is, why did I start an online business, right? So that's really the main question that I want all of you to answer, or to my uh, all of the viewers had asked me the question, and I'm going to answer today, right? Why I started an online business. So one, it really is from the time that I had an issue with my health. I really had to think about whether or not the corporate world was definitely for me. I just found that I was at risk in terms of financial situation, where if I was to go and have health issues again, then I might not be able to get employed, right? So it's very, very risky that way, working for an employer. Number two is really, I would say, I wanted to really travel more. After working for 3 decades, I really wanted to travel more and enjoy life with my family and my mom, my siblings, right? So I really wanted something that is very flexible, that would provide me some freedom in terms of a schedule, and obviously financial, financially as well. So I did start a digital business, and it's also because of the fact that, as a financial coach, I there's a lot of things that I learned over the years, and I think one of the things that people always have issues with, or cannot answer this question about, how much savings do I have to live, right? How much savings will I have, or will I need to sustain my lifestyle? So that's the number one question that always keeps brewing in my mind for many, many years. And it's a very difficult questions to answer, because either you save up a lot of money to support your lifestyle, or you actually reduce your your savings and just settle for whatever lifestyle is given to you. Well, you know what? I came to a conclusion that after working so hard for many years, we deserve more. We deserve more, right? So one of the things that got me thinking about this is really the financial reason, right? I've looked around as to what other things that you can do, and it's unfortunate that nobody can answer that question. So having said that, people asks all over the internet and all over my page, how do you know how much you need, and how do you know how long you're going to live? Well, that's just it, right? You cannot control how long you're going to live. But the statistic shows, right? Statistic shows that average lifespan of a man, let's say about 78, and average lifespan of a woman is perhaps 80, and that's from World Health Organization. So that's their research, right? So if you really think about it, if you were going to retire at 65, so in Canada, retirement age is 65, and lifespan of a man is only until 78. That's not many years at all, right, left. So I really had to think hard about that. I really had to think about hard. I said, you know what, I don't want to retire at 65 and live only, what, 13, 15 years maybe, if I'm lucky, right? And that's how much I'm going to enjoy life. I really, really took that seriously. I really took that seriously. So I said, you know what? I got to find something. I got to find something. I got to stop working in the corporate world where, they don't give me enough time, flexibility to travel with my family, and at the same time, they've capped my income, right? My salary. They've capped it, meaning I can only earn so much. Not only that, in Canada, the higher income or the higher salary you have, the more taxes you pay, right? The more taxes you pay. So I mean, all these things are stacked up against you, right? You don't have the freedom, time freedom to move around. You don't have the flexibility, and at the same time, your kids are growing, you're getting old, and your salary is capped, and you can only earn so much because of all the taxes that you have to pay. So that's the financial side of things, right? That's the financial side of things. Now, I just so happened to mention to you that I did start this online business, and it answered some, actually, most of my concerns. The number one is obviously the capped salary or income, right? This digital business has three ways to earn, actually four ways to earn income. One is through if you become a coach, you get paid in terms of doing your coaching calls and stuff like that. Number two is you get commission. You get commission for every product that gets sold. And number three is you get entitlement bonus as well at the same time with your commission. And lastly, which is everybody that's looking for, is really passive income. So as I mentioned, as a financial coach, we all think about our pension plans, and we work so hard to build up that pension so that in time of retirement we can collect that pension, and that would be our guaranteed income for life, right? Well, if you really think about it, it takes decades. It takes decades to build that pension plan. I like I said, I spent the 34 years in the banking industry, and yes, I have built up my pension plan with the company and with the government itself. But I will say that there's one thing that we can't control in life, which is inflation and the cost of living. So the burning question that everybody has always been, will my savings be enough for retirement? And that's still the same until this digital business where we have passive income. So this passive income now becomes the income for life, right? In addition to your pension or whatever, company pension. And this passive income is actually something that we would receive, and it's generational wealth, which means that we can pass it on to our kids and grandchildren. But the key thing here that everybody needs to understand, the key is that the passive income in this digital business you can earn within 5 to 6 years, and and again, that all depends. Sometimes four to 6 years or so, and that's just the minimum. As you go longer, obviously you earn more. So this passive income that I'm talking about in this digital business, many of our business partners, business owners, have started receiving passive income within 4, 5, or 6 years into this digital business. So I'm gonna reflect back in terms of what I just said about building a pension, and that takes decades. It takes years to build a pension plan with the government and with the company before you can even get a good pension. And the issue that people are having today is that now they're realizing, people that are retiring or need to retire or have to retire because they're forced to, due to health reason or because they're older, that the pension plan that they have is not enough. It's not enough because of the inflation and because of the cost of living. So with this digital business, you are guaranteed passive income as long as you stay active in this digital business, right? So, and it takes only a few years to build. So I'm going to ask all of you that question myself. Are you wanting to work hard to build your government or your company pension for decades, or would you rather have a digital business and start earning passive income for life, just doing this business within 4 to 6 years. It really is just a simple matter. It's really not, it's something that you could easily figure out yourself as to which way you'd go. But the other thing that I will say that why I started this online business is because this business is actually helping people's, actually improving people's lives, and we're actually helping new and current business owners to sort of coach and mentor them, and to support them in the things that they do on a daily basis. And not only that, also providing them with some sort of support and training, answering some of their questions, whether it's technical or non-technical, whether it's business related or non-business related. We all get together as a community to support each other, and to learn, and to elevate our skills in this digital business. So there's the financial side that I talked about, and there's this obviously the personal side of things, where you actually learn more about yourself. Your personal growth is actually something that this digital business have allowed us to explore more about ourselves, and like moving into moving into a position where we would be successful in this digital business. Meaning, our coaches and mentorship program are giving us the right tools, and the right coaching to elevate or increase our skills, and step out of the box, right? Step out of the box, and learn more, and sort of create more of who you are, and giving you that confidence and self-esteem. There are so many great stories in this digital business, and I wish I could I could all tell you that. But I would say to you that if you are really interested in this digital business, please just comment below, or register on my website, www.josephyatko.com, or connect with me, DM me, whatnot, whatever, and I'll certainly show you in the next steps. When you register on my website, you can actually watch a 90-minute free webinar that will talk about more of this digital business and what it has to offer. But I do highly recommend that all of you to look into this digital business, because you never know, it could be for you. And if it's not for you, then that's fine too. But what I'm saying is that this is a great opportunity for you to see, because if you happen to be interested, and you happen to be the right person, if you're coachable, you're God-fearing, and you want change with your current situation, I highly recommend you look into this digital business. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say for today. If you guys have any questions, please by all means DM me, or connect with me. I will be happy to explain more. That's it for now for me. Until then, may God bless you all, and I wish you all the best. Bye for now.